Alright, so I knew last time I was filming in like this beautiful house. It was a dog sitting client's house. Anyway, update. Finally, I am 12 hours post-op. The reason that it took so long, basically, was because my insurance completely denied the procedure. And I decided that if I could get it done the exact same way in Nevada, why pay California prices for it? So I went back to my original ENT specialist, and he was a month out, so we finally got me on the books for today. And happy dance, my insurance actually approved the procedure yesterday, which is great. So, getting set up for it, it's like any procedure, no blood thinners beforehand, no this, no that, no food, no jewelry, whatever. So I get there, and they called me this morning, actually, and were like, hey, we have an earlier spot. I was supposed to get it at 9. They called me at like 7:30, and they were like, can you get here as soon as possible? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I was awake and discharged before 11 o'clock this afternoon, which was amazing. And I guess my doctor told my dad, who was my pickup, that it's one of the easiest ones he's ever done, which I'm hoping is a good thing. So as far as like post-op goes, I wasn't in any pain at the hospital or at the outpatient center. I'm still not in a ton of pain. I was intubated, which is where they stick the tube down your throat during surgery. So like my throat hurts, it's a little sore, but other than that, like there's not a lot of pain, which is amazing. The most annoying part of this whole process, honestly, has been my nose. And I know that sounds so weird because it's dealing with my ear, but it's been my nose. So just to kind of give you guys like what I'm feeling or what I'm hearing and sensing out of my ear right now. Again, I'm still not in any pain. I was given a type of narcotic that I haven't needed to use, which is awesome. I don't take meds if I don't have to, but I'm also not afraid to take meds if I know that my body needs them. So, I was given that, and I was given a steroid nasal spray, and then I was told to go to, like, Walmart or Walgreens, wherever, and buy just, like, a sterile, like, saline nose spray as well. So, what I'm feeling right now, going back to that, no pain, but I can't hear out of the ear very well, probably because everything in there is swollen and angry, which is what I figured. The best way I found to describe it to people is like if you were in a swimming pool as a kid, and you had one ear in the water, and you had one ear above the water. I can still hear out of this ear, but I can hear myself really, really well. Which is not fun because I can't hear out of it. It's very muffled, so I'm just kind of relying on my left ear at this point for all of that, which is great. So it's very muffled. It's very, like, cloudy, if that makes sense. As far as general anesthesia, everybody recovers differently. I know that once I opened my eyes, I was making coherent sentences and, like, I was standing pretty good to go pretty quickly, I would say. It's my first ever general anesthetic procedure, and so it went awesome. And I had an all-female staff minus my doctor, which also personally made me feel a little bit better. But so, so as far as my ear, it's just kind of muted and muffled right now, but if that's the worst, then I'll take it. My nose is the big problem, which I didn't really think about going into this, that they're going up my nose, and there's a ton of, like, blood vessels and everything in there, so I'm definitely sniffling pretty bad still. But I would say 11:30, so less than an hour after I was discharged, I started to get a nosebleed. My first ever nosebleed, like natural nosebleed. And it's kind of persisted all day. which is frustrating. It's not like I've just been like, blood's been running down my face or anything like that. It's not that. It's just kind of like dripping, and so I'm going through tissues and I'm kind of dabbing and blotting and blotting and things like that to try to just keep everything at bay. And then that's where that nasal spray comes in that they gave me. They had me do 2 puffs in each nose at the hospital prior to surgery, and they gave me 3 Tylenol, equaling like 975 milligrams or something weird like that. Yeah, so I had all that prior to surgery, and then so far I've had 4 post-surgical nasal spray on this side to try to stop the bleeding and help the bleeding and do everything like that. Gone through probably like 5 or 6 tissues today. So again, not anything horrific. Just annoying having to carry tissues with me because, I was feeling pretty great post-surgery. I could have walked all the way up to the car if they'd let me. So I ran some errands with my boyfriend, who just happened to be up here for the day. He lives about 2 hours away, and had to come up for his job. He lives in the middle of nowhere on a ranch, and they required him to come into town for basic necessity items like 2x4s and things like that. So he just happened to be here today, which was really nice. So we went to Cal Ranch, which is like a cowboy store, for him to get more clothing. We went to Sportsman's Warehouse, again, another sporting goods store, just to kind of look around. We went to Dutch Bros. We went to lunch. We just drive-through lunch, nothing big. I wasn't feeling 1,000%. I was feeling good enough to go out, but I didn't really want to go in, and I had all the tissue issues, and that was a whole thing. Anyways, then we went to Walmart, and I started to lose balance a little bit. My equilibrium was a little thrown off. I think I just pushed myself a little too hard for the day. So I just rode around in a motorized scooter in Walmart because I couldn't really keep my balance all that well. And then he went into Home Depot again to look for a part that one of the other ranch people had asked him to bring home, and so I just stayed in the car and made it easy. But I would say so far, like, things are pretty great. I talked to my surgeon this morning, and he said, it'll probably take a couple weeks for me to even notice anything. So we'll kind of see how things go. Plan on trying to give you guys maybe an update tomorrow night as well, because then I will have been 36 hours post-op. And then hopefully, like, weekly. I did start a new job in Lake Tahoe, which is very, very exciting. However, that does require me to drive to Lake Tahoe. Probably it's gonna end up being about 4 times a week. I'm at 2 days a week right now, which is awesome. And I've reached out to my employer and everything and let them know that they knew this was coming. I don't know if they remembered it was today, but they have so many other things on their plate that's fine. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do an update video Friday night. Today's Wednesday. So Friday night, and just kind of say, like, this is how the mountain went, because it's about, from where I live to the summit closest to me, it's about a 2,000-foot elevation change, which I've been doing this entire time. I've put, before I actually worked at this place, I put in over 160 volunteer hours there. So they, I've been driving to the lake. I've learned how to work with my ears, but now that I'm post-op and everything is swollen and I can't hear, and we're just gonna see how it goes. So I'm hoping that things will get better. I actually did talk to a third doctor when was that? Monday. I talked to a third doctor Monday. Just was through my insurance. It was free, so I figured why not. It was called Second MD. My doctor was fabulous, and I kind of just talked to him again, and I was like, do you have any other options for me? You know, I want to continue to dive. It's part of my wildlife conservation degree that I'm getting, and marine biology is my love, and I love to dive, and that's how I got hurt. And he said, you know, if you want to dive, then this is it, kind of thing. So that was great. But yeah, they were an awesome company to work with. I highly recommend them if you have access to them. And then, you know, so talking to them and everything like that, hopefully I should be able to go to Lake Friday, which is when I work. And then within the next 90 days-ish, I'm hoping to jump back in the water and start diving again. It's really going to depend on how I'm feeling, and I understand that, because who knows? But the other reason that Second MD was very, very encouraging was because this doctor actually was one of the original studies. He helped perform this procedure in the original studies, and said he had about an 80% success rate. So I'm seriously, seriously hoping that I am one of the lucky 80% who this works on. Because if this doesn't work, then my option is tubes, and then I can't swim or dive or do anything like that, and that's just gonna kind of wreck my soul a little bit. And I know this is very personal, but I figure if I'm gonna be making update videos, you know, you guys need to know what's going on in my life, kind of general like location where I am. That way you can understand more of like the processes that I'm personally going through. I have a super low pain tolerance, or what I would consider to be pretty low. So I'm very surprised I'm not in any pain right now. We'll see how I feel in the morning. You know, I'm sure the pain medicine that they've given me at the hospital has worn off, because it's been over 12 hours. But it's encouraging. It is gonna make me cry a little bit. So sorry that it's been 9 months since my accident, and I'm finally going to, in theory, be free of this condition that's destroyed my life. You know, I traveled to Missouri with my boyfriend over Christmas, and we drove, so that was going over the mountains of, you know, the Rocky Mountains, and, you know, it was hard, you know. And then I went and I visited him, and at the Winter Ranch location, and that was very difficult because there was significant elevation change there, and, you know, downsides to living in northern Nevada is that it's just so mountainy everywhere. I can't even go, you know, to the next town over without having to, you know, jaw jack or do whatever in order to, you know, to not be in pain. I have found, though, tip for people who may be suffering with this. If you have issues equalizing, I found that even if you're in the car by yourself, singing along to the music or talking to yourself, because that's moving your jaw up and down naturally, that's really helped me clear. And then chewing gum has also really, really helped me when I'm going up and down the mountain, to just keep me, I don't have to think about clearing as often, which was super nice. So now we just kind of go through this recovery process and see what needs to be done next. If I have to get my left side done, if my left side was affected as well during the accident, and we just don't, that was weird, sorry. I burp just a little bit. I know that's TMI, but I heard it in my ear. Anyways. So, you know, just seeing if I have to get my left side done, because I injured both sides and didn't know it because the right side was way worse than the left, or who knows. But even if I have to get this done again, it is very promising that my ENT did not have to take out, because he said that he may have to take out some of the nose here, some like the internal portions of it. He showed it to me on a diagram. There's like little swirls in your nose that he may have had to remove. Or the other thing he may have had to do was deviate my septum in order to get all the equipment and tools into my face. But he didn't have to do that. So, again, hopeful that everything will work and this will be over and I don't have to go through it again. But now that my insurance, we know, will cover it, hopefully if I have to have the left side done, I can have the left side done before the end of the year. So I just wanted to say thank you. There was a couple of people, I think there's like 20 people who have watched my first video. And there was like 3 or 4 people who commented on it, like, and I saw that those people were looking to get them done, or they were coming up really soon and they want to know what was going on. And it was just, you know, I fought tooth and nail with my insurance. I have United Healthcare. So they will approve this, but you have to fight them for it. But it's worth it because, you know, I'm getting this procedure covered mostly. I think I hit my deductible, so it's like 90% or something. So they will, and a lot of other places will. You just have to be persistent, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to do an update video earlier. But I did want to let everybody know that I have had the procedure done. I'm doing very well, minus stuffy head, and not really hearing out of this side. But I'm in no pain. So hopefully, if you have to have this procedure done, you will feel this way within about 12 hours post-op. And I call it post-op because that's when I woke up. I woke up about 10:30, and it's about 10:30 p.m. now. So I'm very, very excited to actually continue documenting this journey now. And I hope that if you are considering this procedure, that this video is actually like helpful to you, because I know I saw a lot of negative ones when I was searching YouTube. And I know this is a home video, me recording on my iPad, like it's not great. I've got a double chin, I don't know, but you guys know that I'm the real deal, you know, I'm a real person who has gone through this, like, so hopefully this is encouraging for you to watch this video and, you know, talk to your doctor if you think that this is something that would be great for you. And if you've talked to your doctor and this is what they've decided and your insurance has denied it, hopefully this gives you the courage to go and fight. And it'll take a long time and it'll delay you, but it's gonna, you know, you feel good on the inside afterwards for sure. So hopefully about 24 hours from now, I'll be updating again. That will be Thursday, April 28th. And then Friday, after I get home from work, possibly, that's when I would have to go to the Lake Tahoe. I may make a brief video on my lake experience with it, because I'm actually pretty nervous about that. And then probably doing weekly videos from there on out. So thank you guys for your support. I really do appreciate it. And stay strong. You guys got this.